Hello, everybody. I think most of you know by now that I usually do my Sunday morning musings a little early because it's kind of tough doing it on a Sunday morning and then trying to rush to get down to church by 7:15. So that's what I'm doing right now. It's Friday. Nice, cool day. Perfect day. Perfect day to be cleaning out chicken coops. And you can see how the other thing I do besides cleaning them out, I'm looking around at what other projects I can do. You can see that at one point I had insulation up in here with these old feed bags holding it up, which worked great until the chickens decided they want to yank it all down. So now I have a lot of open space. So one of the projects I'd like to get done before the winter comes is get this cleaned out and get the solid foam insulation with some strips of wood across there to keep the birds from pulling it down and making holes in it. We'll see if we get to that, but first I gotta clean up the mess in here. It's a cool day, great day to clean, and that's what I'm going to try to accomplish. And as I was doing this, I thought, hey, the Apostle Paul, the last couple of weeks, including this Sunday, he's admonishing us as God's people to love, to let love rule our lives. And I know sometimes people get tired of, all you talk about is love, love, love. Well, that's because that's what the Bible talks about. Love, love, love. We need to love one another. And that's just the way it is. Now, the problem is you can turn that into a real chore. You can turn that into what we often call law, the distinction between law and gospel. Gospel being that which frees, law that kind of binds us and pulls us down. No, even though Paul and others might talk about the law of love, it's not something that constricts our actions. It's something that feeds into our actions. When he says, love one another, be ardent in the works of the Spirit. Love your enemies, all that sort of thing. Show hospitality. Those are things that he's encouraging us to really live out the life that God has called us to. And more than ever, we really need to do that. So as I'm taking in my little inventory of projects I'd like to get accomplished before the cold winter comes, which includes tearing down the rest of all this stuff up here, just getting rid of it and starting fresh, and also doing a few other things like buying a new trash can. Yeah, see, that one's kind of falling apart. Little things like that. Maybe that's what we need to do with our lives, especially as we now come into the fall. Things are kind of ramping up a little bit as far as school and the kids go. Hopefully a lot of the work returns to some of the industries that have been slowed down, and people can be gainfully employed again. Hopefully all that happens. And as we do that, oh yeah, by the way, I'm doing that personally. I'm still trying to figure out what I'm going to do with this myriad of kids that I'm getting from my confirmation class this year. A bunch of them. It's going to be big. So I'm still working on that, folks. If you know anyone in confirmation, it's coming. It's coming. I'm working up a plan even as we talk right now. Yeah, the plan is come clean up my chicken coops for me. No. As all that is happening, maybe it's time for us to take inventory of our own personal lives. How are we putting into action the things that Paul encourages us to do? How are we making a difference in the world in which we live? Especially this United States, where there is so much division and outright brutal hatred. I mean, I see it on my Facebook page all the time. Maybe you do too. It's awful, folks. It's horrible. We don't need that. We need to show compassion, caring, and love to everyone, even those that we disagree with, personally and politically. We're heading into a very, very tumultuous political time in our country. Let's show love to one another. Let's show constraint. especially in what we're posting. Let's post things that bring out the best in us, not in the worst of us. Otherwise, if I keep getting it from you, you're coming to clean my chicken coops out. No, just kidding. That wasn't a threat. That's not a promise either. That's just a joke. God's blessings be with you. Enjoy this Labor Day weekend. It's going to be a grand and glorious weather time, and hopefully it's also a very, very safe one with you and your family. And if you go to church in person, be sure to wear those masks, maintain your distancing, and enjoy one another's company. Blessings be with you this day.